This is Rock and Roll RPM, Tommy Lane. Give me back my pro wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
For those who don't know, now you know, baby. This is Hot Rod Biggs, Jared, Jimmy Street. We're going to take them to the limit one more time, baby, right here on Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one more time to the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling podcast, and it's me, your host, Jimmy Street, and hope you guys are doing great today. Man, I tell you, we have had an excellent run of shows lately, and today is no different. Today, we have one half of the legendary Rock and Roll RPM's Tommy Lane. Man, I always love a good rock and roll tag team. As most of you all know, the Rock and Roll Express are my favorite tag team, probably the Sheik's favorite tag team. We just love a good rock and roll gimmick, and Tommy had an awesome one, and we're very excited to talk to him. Of course, Tommy is here because of our buddy Captain's Corner and the GrappleCon 4 Back to Lutz Gimmick Mania, April 11th at the Residence Inn, Tampa Suncoast Parkway in Lutz, Florida, y'all. So do not miss that opportunity. Gonna have some great stars, the Mountie, Chick Donovan. I know that Jerry the King Lawler, Dutch Mantell, so many great stars are going to be there. But most importantly, go see our boy Tommy Lane in Lutz on April 11th. To keep covering a little more about Captain's Corner, heard some great things about the Portland Wrestling Expo 2, which happened last weekend. And, our boy Nick, he's already got plans for 2027 and the Portland Wrestling Expo 3. So y'all just stay tuned to the Captain's Corner Facebook, and you'll hear all about it when the time comes. Of course, last episode, guys, we had This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma, episode 8. And in this one, he was covering February, of course. Hope y'all enjoyed that as much as we did. You know, he had some great stuff that he covered. The Mega Powers exploded. Jerry Lawler broke his leg. The Nashville Fairgrounds Coliseum burnt down. The Midnight Rider made his first appearance in Florida. And of course, the big one, Jimmy Hart leaves Memphis for New York. So yeah, we really enjoyed This Month in Wrestling History with Quinton Quarisma. Quinton always appreciates all the work you put into all of our shows, brother. So thank you so much for that. All right, guys, that's all I got for the open today. Sheik and Quinton are joining me on the other side with the one and only Tommy Lane of the Rock and Roll RPMs. We'll be right back after these messages with more Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling.
Hey, my name is Tammy Reynolds. I am the wife of Forsaken Rick Reynolds, that super cool guy that everybody knows and loves. And I represent West Side Sauces. I make sauces, I bottle them, I seal them, I sell them. I have a hot honey sauce, I have a sweet sauce, I have a hot sauce, I have a white sauce that's so yummy you can use it on everything. They are absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud of them. We make them from scratch. So go on our website, westsidesauces.com, check out our products, read about our story, and go online and order you some of these yummy sauces. And Rick actually uses all of the sauces because he is a die-hard smoker and griller, and so he likes really good sauces and rubs, and I make them, so how convenient is that for him? Go on our website, westsidesauces.com, order you some samples, and I think you'll thoroughly enjoy them. Thank you, guys. Be blessed.
All right, we are back with another awesome guest on the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling podcast. And guys, this is one we have been very excited about. We've wanted this gentleman for, honestly, as long as we could say we've had a podcast. He is the one and only Rock and Roll RPM, Tommy Lane. Tommy, welcome to the show, sir.
Appreciate you letting me be here. Glad to be here, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to have fun. Of course, the main part of you being here is to talk about Captain's Corner and GrappleCon 4 back to Lutz. It's April 11th, Residence Inn, Tampa, Suncoast Parkway, 2101, North Point Parkway, Lutz, Florida. How long has it been since you've been to Lutz?
It's been a while since I've been to Lutz. Now, I actually live in Lakeland, Florida. That's where my home is now.
Okay.
But it's been a while since I've been to Lutz.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all used to burn the roads up down there, I'm sure. So.
Oh, without a doubt, sir. Without a doubt.
Well, I'm sure that they are excited about that, and we'll talk more about GrappleCon 4 in just a little bit. But the first question always goes to the Plastic Sheik. Sheik, take it away.
All right, Tommy, this question is designed to, let people know you, who your influences in the business might have been, who you like to work with, or who you enjoyed, watching, whatever. If you had 4 or 5 names, what they call a Mount Rushmore, I guess, in the business, who would those 4 or 5 names be for you?
For me and growing up and being around people, the Mongolian Stomper was definitely one.
All right.
He was a big influence on me, helped me get started. Ric Flair, when he come to Kansas City, I was out there in Kansas City. And a guy named Buzz Tyler was out there in Kansas City also. That was a big influence on me.
Okay. Got anybody else? Or is that where you want to?
Yeah. Those three are a really big influence.
All right.
Awesome.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right. So, how did you actually get into the wrestling business? Who trained you? About what year it was, and where was it at?
Well, how I actually got into it, I wrestled in high school and just got the fever on it from that point in time. As a kid, me and my dad used to watch it all the time. And back then, I lived in Georgia. So the Nick Goulas promotion was there. Harry Thornton was your broadcast commentator guy. You had George Goulas, Nick's son. You had Kojo, Jerry Jarrett, and all them guys back in Jackie Fargo.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of guys that we used to work with called the Tankersley brothers. They actually got me started in it to begin with. Trained me a little bit, and then I kind of, went from one to the other. Larry Cheatham. Don't know if you guys know Larry or not. But
yeah, Larry. I know Larry. Well, he's passed away now. He's come to the Tennessee wrestling reunions before he passed away. Yeah, I've met Larry. He was a super guy.
Yes, he was a nice guy. He actually, me and him went out to San Antonio together. Back I'd never worked anywhere before, like a regular promotion. And I went with him to San Antonio out there for a little while. And that's where I ended up meeting meeting Archie Goley at.
Okay.
And then I wrestled with a guy named Larry Saxton. Me and him were called the Saxton brothers. So tag team for me has been a lot in my career, teaming up with different people.
That's the best. Go ahead.
Yes.
So you were the Saxton brothers, you said, but was there another name you used when you were starting out at all, or?
Well, in Kansas City, when I went there, they used me as Tommy Rogers.
Okay.
All right. So out there, Bob Geigel still had the promotion, and Ted Oates was coming back and forth out there, and they actually ended up putting me and Marty Jannetty together and called us the Uptown Boys.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let me go back just a little bit because you brought up a very important person to wrestling history. So in November of '83, you're in Calgary for Stampede, right? And so you're going by
That
Jeff.
is correct.
And you're going by Jeff Goldie. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
as his son.
Yeah, and you're teaming with Archie, the Mongolian Stomper. Do you have any good stories about the Stomper?
The guy treated me so good.
Mm-hmm.
And taught me things. Again, I was a young guy breaking into business, took care of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, I was green.
Mm-hmm.
And he just taught me a lot of things. And again, didn't let nobody mistreat me in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the psychology of the wrestling and being a heel.
Yeah.
You know, and riding up down the road with people like that and talking to them and picking their brains.
Yeah.
You know, I was in awe.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, you're working with some of the greatest of all time. I mean, right now you can say that Bret Hart and Davey Boy Smith. Talk about those guys.
Right. They were up there actually as baby faces when we were doing that gimmick with Bad News Allen. I think Sonny Two Rivers was there. When they did the angle with me where we ended up breaking my neck, it was a big deal. It was a really big deal in Stampede up there.
Yeah. Well, why did you end up leaving? Was it just time?
Time. That's it. It was time.
Okay.
It was going to be a short run, and they were going to blow it off with Archie and Bad News Allen.
Okay. Got it. Well, that's awesome.
So you mentioned Kansas City and working with Marty Jannetty as the Uptown Boys. And did whose idea was it for you all to team up like that?
I think it come from Ted Oates.
Okay.
Because again, Ted was coming in and out. He was helping Bob with the book and stuff, and Ted had actually trained Marty.
Okay.
So, you know, you got two young guys. Let's think of a gimmick here and put us together. So I think Ted had a lot to do with it, you know, as well, probably as Bob.
Yeah.
And you know, we worked with the grapplers out there, and man, what a two great guys, man. Two awesome guys, Lynn Denton and Tony Anthony, just Superman. You couldn't ask for anybody better either. As a young guy getting into the business and taking you through the process, you know what I mean? Going through everything with you, just awesome people to work with.
We love Tony and Lynn for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm backtrack just a little second there. You talked about Ted Oates training Marty. Marty actually worked as Marty Oates for a little while.
Right, maybe back then, like I say, I did not know him, you know, way back then or whatever, but I know that Ted was the one that trained him or whatever.
Yeah, it was Ted, Jerry, and Marty was supposed to be the little brother.
Right. Yeah. Now Jerry came out there and did some appearances as well with Ted, and Ted ended up Ted wanted to be a bad guy, so he ended up turning heel.
Yeah.
All right. So you talked a little about the grapplers teaching you a lot out there. Was there any stories that really stuck out about those matches with the grapplers?
I guess probably the best thing, like I say, I was a young guy, and the teaching and training and the philosophy that they did with you in the ring. You know, they again, like I say, I keep saying it, I was a green guy, and they would take you and put you through it and make you look like $1 million, and you didn't know a damn thing. It was just, you know what I'm saying? And you don't get people like that. You get people that, you know, don't want, if you don't know as much, they want to eat you up. They don't want to train you. But, you know, you got people like that, and it just makes all the difference in the world. And you have good matches with those guys because you know they're going to do everything they can to make you look like a superstar. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So they put you in a position, even though you may be green, they put you in a position to be able to shine.
Yep.
It may not be flying off the top ropes and all that kind of stuff, but back then that was a little bit different. You know, you had a good guy and a bad guy. Nowadays, who is the good guy and the bad guy?
There you go. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
In real life.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So then after your little run there in Kansas City, you end up in the Carolinas for the Crockett's. How did you end up down there?
Buzz Tyler, another guy that I talked about there. He ended up going that direction with J.J. Dillon. Him and J.J. Dillon was friends or whatever. J.J. was the booker, was going to be the booker down there. So Buzz asked me to go with him. So that's when me and Marty just kind of split up, and I went that way because, you know, I didn't know where Kansas City was going at the time. So I figure maybe this is a better opportunity going to work for Crockett and them, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Even if you're working underneath and you're opening and doing the first 3 matches, again, it's a big deal.
Right.
So I went with him down there, and that's how I ended up there or whatever.
So when you got there, your name was Tommy Lane. So who changed your name?
Dusty.
Dusty did? Okay. Cool.
Can we get a quick impersonation of that conversation?
It was like, well, there's another Tommy Rogers or whatever. We need to get you something else. So we were going to name you Tommy Lang. Oh,
that's
good stuff, man.
I'm gonna see
good
stars
stuff
on your name. Stars on your name.
That's exactly right.
Oh man. So after, a couple of months there, you and Mike Davis start teaming and they put y'all together for good. So first, I guess, whose idea was it to put y'all together? And then tell us about your buddy Mike.
It was actually Dusty here again. Mm-hmm. And back at the time, you had Mid-South with Bill Watts down there.
Right.
So they were working on trying to get the Rock and Roll Express, right, to come up that way, but they didn't know if they were going to get that or not.
Okay.
So Dusty talks to me and Mike, we're going to do this with you. Me and Mike was underneath guys. He actually had us go out on TV, resign and say, we don't care about this promotion no more. Y'all are unfair, whatever.
And Mike Davis. Mr. Crockett, I just got one thing to say. I'm disgusted with the promotions around here. I'm disgusted with professional wrestling. I've talked to Tommy Lane. We've both talked it over. We decided, and right here and now, we're announcing our retirement from professional wrestling. I don't know what that was all about.
And sent us to Georgia Championship Wrestling when Ole had it down there.
Oh.
Right. So they put us to be a tag team down there to kind of get ourselves together because, again, they didn't know what was going to happen with the Rock and Roll Express.
Okay. And then the name, the Rock and Roll RPMs, who came up with that?
Dusty and Mike.
Okay.
Because Mike had worked for Dusty before in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Mike, super guy, man. Me and him, I guess, close to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I was a single guy back then. I lived with him and his wife, his kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His mom and dad and all that. So really, really nice guy, hard worker. Do anything that anybody asks of him.
Yeah. Now, you guys were by far not the only one to do this, and arguably the Fabs could be the one that should be mad, maybe. But did you all ever get heat with the Rock and Roll Express over the name and gimmick at all?
Not that I am aware of. Over in the Carolinas, again, we actually worked with them a couple of times.
Right.
Has this, has the RPMs and, them as that.
Right.
But not that I'm ever aware of. Nobody ever told me anybody come and said anything bad.
Okay. I mean, you guys were definitely not the only one. And again, we're big Rock and Roll Express fans, but we're also big Rock and Roll RPM fans. And I think there was a ton of room for both, right? So
absolutely.
Right. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So then y'all go to Puerto Rico and y'all have a big run down there. Talk to us some about Puerto Rico.
Abdullah Butcher. Okay. He was in the Georgia Championship thing back when they'd sent us down there or whatever. And him and Cologne. I actually think Abdullah owned a little piece of that or whatever. And he was the one that actually got us booked over there.
Mm.
Okay.
So the first couple of matches that we had over there were with the Sheepherders. Because the Sheepherders had a big run, and they were on their way out. So when we come in, they, did like all the professionals do. They put us over and made us look like $1 million,
Yeah.
Something new had done come along, and it was fantastic and great. But, again, two good guys that protected the business and done business. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me jump in real quick. I want to ask you something about Puerto Rico because as a baby face, it's somewhat simple, but did you see some pretty shocking stuff to happen to the heels while you were down there?
To me, I told anybody that I talked to, it's the most bloodthirsty place I've ever been in my life.
And not even in wrestling.
I'm just telling you, not even in wrestling, man. And the thing that used to be, because we used to have them on baseball fields, right? Mm-hmm. When they have the big shows.
Yeah.
So the big shows on the baseball field out there, kind of around pitcher's mound.
Mm-hmm.
So they sold drinks and cups, and those guys would get a Coke, drink it, pour it out, fill it up with halfway with dirt.
Oh my
and then start slinging. Oh boy, start slinging that stuff at the bad guys.
Man,
it was crazy. It was crazy. As far as them, just people trying to get to the bad guys.
Yeah.
Not that they always did, but people trying to get to them or whatever. And we were down there. Our biggest run was with Eric Embry and a guy named Rip Morgan, Crusher.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went with Chicky Star and Ron Star.
Okay.
Ron Star, great worker too, man. Great worker. And Chicky was a big time baby face down there, and then he turned heel on Carlos Colon.
Okay.
So yeah, so
I bet he about got
it
killed.
was real good, but
I bet he about got killed.
Oh yeah, because it's like one of them things where Carlos was his mentor for all these years, and then bam,
yeah,
pull the rug out from under it.
Man,
but it was a really good time and a really good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Very different though, just very different.
Yeah.
So then y'all end up in Memphis, and for the first time, and you're all baby faces. How did y'all get to Memphis? How did y'all get to Memphis?
We left Puerto Rico, ended up getting booked in there the first time. I can't remember if it was Lawler or Jarrett. I don't remember which one of them it was. But back then, one of them used to do the books 6 months, and then the other one would go do it for 6 months.
Yeah.
So we actually got booked in there and got booked in as baby faces. And I guess the way our style was there or whatever, after about 3 weeks, they said, this ain't going to work. Okay. We want to turn you heel. Shit, no problem. Great. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we ended up doing a thing where they turned us heel on TV against Tracy Smothers. And actually Steve Kern was kind of coming in doing some shots, and it was going to be, they were going to try to get the Fabs back up there to work some with us.
Okay.
And I don't think it ever worked out with Stan to where he could get back up there. So it ended up being Steve and Tracy in some matches in Nashville, Louisville, Memphis, and around like that.
Yeah. Fabulous Southern boy.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Those are two great guys, two great workers. Talk about working with them.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Tracy was a younger guy back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And great baby face, man. I mean, an absolutely great baby face, big, good looking guy. The people just went crazy for him.
Yeah.
And then, Steve, he was obviously over. He had been there. And again, great worker.
Yeah.
Great worker.
Yeah.
Then we peeled that off, and we went into Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis.
Boom.
So tell us about those matches with Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis, because that's when Jeff Jarrett really started to get over with the with the fans, because his hair was starting to grow out, he was starting to put a little size on, and he was really starting to get over with the fans around this time.
Yeah, and it was, and it is really, really funny because, you do the matches and you figure, you're going to get heat, you're going to get on this guy, and then you're going to, give the other guy the hot tag, and blah, 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 blah. Well, we was getting heat on Billy, and it just didn't seem to be what we wanted it to be. So, because again, Jeff's daddy owned it, so you want Jeff to be, you want him to look like $1 million, right?
Right.
So one of those things, we said, okay, let's do this. We're going to get the heat on you tonight, Jeff. Next thing you know, you got damn girls crying out in the audience. You know what I mean? Because again, he was that good looking, that blonde hair, sell again, do anything that you ask the young guy to do, and it looked good.
Yeah.
And it looked like you were just killing him.
Yeah.
But it worked. We had some really good matches with them guys. I mean, some really good matches. Spot shows and stuff sold out with people to the rafters, you know, at the gyms and stuff like that, because both of them were over. They were over really good.
Yeah.
All right. So then y'all show up in Dallas. So what made y'all leave Memphis to go to Dallas?
Well, you know, it's like anything else, right? They always say the grass is not necessarily greener on the other side, right? So I can't remember what the guy's name. Mike knew the guy that was booking out there at that time. And, you know, he convinced Mike, y'all come out. No, it wasn't Hart. It wasn't Hart. It was somebody else. I wish I could remember the guy's name.
Ken Mantell.
Who?
Ken Mantell?
No. This guy was a booker at a lot of different places.
Buck Robley?
But no, wasn't Robley. He was out in Kansas City when I was out there.
Yeah. That's all
sure was.
You'll think about it tomorrow sometime, and it'll come to you.
It'll come to my mind. But you know, come on out here. Boom, we'll get you started. We'll do the gimmick with you guys, and blah 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 blah. Well, hell, by the time we got out there, they done fired the guy.
Oh.
It's like, holy crap, man. So Bruiser Brody took over the book.
Okay.
So Brody used us there. They brought the Fantastics in, and, you know, we done some stuff with the Fantastics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a question. How high was that scaffold match with the Fantastics and Eric and Steve and Eric Embry?
I would say 25 to 30 feet. It scared me, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very high, you know, and again, I had never done anything like that, and I was like, holy Jesus, man. Hang on for dear life, Tommy Lane. Hang on for dear life. But, you know, you go back on it, and I look back on it now, and we got to wrestle in Texas Stadium, which ain't there no more, right?
Right.
Yep.
The big Cowboy venue, you know, for a long time. So
yeah,
that was kind of neat. Neat back then.
Absolutely.
So then it's back to Memphis. Y'all started a program working with the one and only Nasty Boys, which recently at that time had turned babyface. I've heard they were very stiff, and I can imagine of younger Nasty Boys being that way. What was it like working those guys so early in their career?
They were very stiff, but both of them would listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't so bad if you're stiff and, you know, the right way. I guess, let me say that.
Right.
But again, they would listen. You know, they put us on matches and put us on there with TV with them guys.
Yeah.
Multiple times or whatever. So again, as they got more into the business and as they grew up, they got better just like anybody else does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They learned. Put it that way. They learned.
Right.
But, you know, again, I don't mind working stiff as long as you're okay on getting it back.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It works both ways.
It's got to.
So, but yes, sir. But, you know, again, you want to make things look good. And according to where you're at or what you're doing, you know, sometimes that's the way it is. And that's what you got to do.
Right. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, we talked about the Rock and Roll Express earlier, but now it comes time to your old partner, Marty Jannetty, and the Heartbreak Kid to be, Shawn Michaels, for a program with the Southern Tag titles. Now, did you guys get heat with them for... No, never mind. I'm just joking. How was those matches?
They were good. They were different. I don't say it was probably some of the best matches we ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But they were okay. We run a little program there where I lost my girlfriend's ring. I lost my car. Number of different things, man. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Now, if you ask your average wrestling fan from, let's say, 10 years ago, who their Mount Rushmore is, oftentimes Shawn Michaels would appear on that, I'm sure, for most, younger people who really enjoyed his career. Would you say that you could see the potential in him at that time, or was it just, hey,
I very cocky. Okay. Very cocky, very arrogant, or whatever the case.
Right.
But again, he had skill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So nothing bad about the guy at all, just cocky and arrogant. And, sometimes you got to be that way in this business.
I think if that's the worst you can say about it, but it ain't too bad. I've heard a lot
got off pretty good.
Now, I always thought Marty was a heck of a worker too. I mean, I always thought Marty's skills were right up there with Sean's.
Like I say, like I say, back when I was talking about Kansas City, me and Marty, it was us with the grapplers, and we had some tear down, knockdown shows out there with them guys.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Marty could do what he needed to do in the same aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
He just was a little wild.
Yeah.
You're listening to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Saturday, April 11th, we'll be presenting the spring breakout event of the year. It's Glory Days GrappleCon 4, taking place at the Residence Inn Tampa Suncoast. We're excited to present Gimmick Mania, featuring Jerry the King Lawler, the Mountie Jacques Rougeau, the Godwins, Nikita Koloff, the Shockmaster, and over a dozen other superstars. Make sure to follow us on Captain's Corner on Facebook and Instagram for updates and much more in 2026. Cheers to the working man.
All right, I got a little something. I'm sure you don't remember this happening, but so I'm from the Nashville area, and I used to go to the fairgrounds every Saturday night in Nashville. And I'll never forget this. One night, y'all were working the Rockers, and Marty Jannetty had you in a side headlock. Y'all was on the mat, and all of a sudden, a fight breaks out, and this guy starts hitting this guy with a chair. And I'll never forget, Marty looks up, then he kind of like raises your head up so you can see the fight too. While y'all were still in the headlock.
That's one of them things where you grab a hold and say, just hang on, there ain't nobody watching us no more.
Oh man.
This guy's still in the show, man. Just hang tight. Don't move.
Don't waste a spot, right? No need to waste it.
Don't waste a spot, man. Because this guy's got everybody else's attention and ours too.
Yeah. While we're talking about the Rockers, I've got it because you are actually probably one of the best experts on this because you were from a rock and roll tag team too. So let's just say this officially: the Rock and Roll RPM member Tommy Lane, who was better, the Rock and Roll Express or the Rockers?
I would say the Express.
Okay.
I would say the Express because again, we worked with both of them.
Right.
And Robert and Ricky were smooth, and Ricky, both of them could sell. Both of them could do comebacks.
Yeah.
Anything that you wanted to do with them. And again, their egos was right where they needed to be because all they thought about was making money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't one of them things where, hey, I'm the big star. Hey, if we can make money, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. Okay.
But those guys were smooth, very smooth.
Yeah. Okay, that's the official answer. We don't need to ask anybody
else. So in the first part of January of '88, y'all lost a loser leaves town match with Billy Travis and Rick Nelson.
Yep.
Then the next week, y'all show up as the Doctors of Rock. Where'd that idea for the gimmick name change come from?
Jarrett. Because we were working for Jarrett. Again, Jarrett and Lawler used to do the book every 6 months. So if I ain't mistaken, we had went to Texas and actually come back. So when we come back, they wanted us to come back under that gimmick.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. So then in spring of '88, y'all are working in Knoxville for Fuller's.
Yes.
Did Bill Dundee bring y'all there? Or
No, we actually got the job with Ron and them,
Okay.
and then Bill came up there too.
Okay.
And again, I love Bill to death. Bill always treated me great, man. He was a heel up there as well.
Yeah.
And we rode up and down the road. Hell, all of us, we never moved. You know, typically people are going to move to where the wrestling is, but hell, all of us stayed in Nashville and just drove to the Knoxville towns all the time.
Okay.
As crazy as that may sound, you know what I mean?
No, that makes sense.
Right. We didn't want to up and move. Again, you know, you never know how these startup ventures are going to go. And that thing was really, really doing good. And then all of a sudden they just said, you know, we ain't going to do it no more.
Yeah.
But it was good with Johnny and Davey Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Again, two great guys to work with that, you know, again, we want to make money. We're our egos are in check and just put the money in our pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we done some stuff with Tommy. Tommy even come up there with me and Mike and Bill versus them three or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dude, the Rich Boys.
The Rich Boys. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Cousin Johnny. Man, what a great guy Johnny is, you know. Without a doubt.
So actually, when I got into tape trade in the early 90s, I actually got basically the whole run of this. So I've seen basically the whole run. Man, y'all did some good stuff with the Riches, with the birthday cake, and y'all had Jamie. Jamie's your manager.
Yes. Gumby, damn it, Gumby.
Yeah, Tony Gumby.
Yep. Jamie, we love Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good time, and again, Jamie was young.
Yeah,
he was young. You know what I'm saying, and it got him involved with what was going on. And again, later on, when he got started, he knew a lot about the business as far as what to do and how to do. And of course, with Bill being his dad, you know what I mean.
Right.
It was in his blood, so he got to do some good things.
So is there any stories that stick out about that short time when y'all were up there? Anything that just really sticks out about it?
About probably the match that keeps coming into my head, because again, Archie was up there too. Mm-hmm. So we had Mike and me, Archie and Bill, and we were against the Riches, Scott Armstrong and Doug Furness.
Yep.
If you know him or whatever, right? And again, we are out, you know, in an old high school gym or whatever case, good crowd or whatever. And I remember telling Doug, shoot me off the ropes. I come back, push me up. He pushed me up, man, and they were out on the Archie and them was out on the side, threw me completely over the damn top rope, man. Oh, my God. Holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
I didn't help you a bit. But I still remember that to this day. You know what I mean? Just one of them things that sticks out in my mind.
Wow. So after USA shut down, was there any talk of y'all going to work for David Woods and Continental?
No, not with me. No.
Okay.
Now I think Mike ended up going down there and working some, but I had after that I had gotten to the point that we had put pictures and done everything to try to go other places and, you know, bigger places. Put it that way.
Yeah.
And nothing had just worked out, and I ended up just kind of backing away from everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because it seemed like most of the crew from USA went back over to Continental with David Woods. So it seemed like pretty much all, except for like Dundee and a couple of them went back to Memphis, but everybody else, they stayed with David Woods, it seemed like. So I just wondered if there was ever any talk. So, all right.
No.
So what you brought up Jamie, and we've had Jamie on several times, and we'll have him on more if we can. He had a tag team with a guy named Ronnie Travis. Do you remember Ronnie at all?
Was his name? Was that his partner?
Yeah, they were the Rock and Roll Dream Team. Do you remember him?
No, I don't.
Hey, Tommy, He actually, I know he actually went up there. He went up there and did some TV tapings at USA. Bill took him up there as Ronnie Leach, and he actually did some TV tapings. I remember he got one. I remember he stuck out. He worked the dog, Larry Latham, and he was he actually did a trip up there and did some TV for up there. But he was
Yeah. Well, anyway, we like Ronnie, and that was it. That was the fourth rock and roll tag team I was going to bring up to see if y'all had heat with them, but you don't even know about them. So I'm just kidding.
There ain't a bit of telling, man, what they say when we ain't listening, right?
Right, of course. Well, that's the truth, brother. Yeah, I need a tattoo of that on my arm. So it's back to Memphis and so it's the third run there, and y'all worked Billy Travis and Scott Steiner at this time. So I would love to hear about a young Scott Steiner and working him.
Again, Scott was a young guy, do anything that you ask him to do, and he was very athletic, because he was actually a college wrestler, for real or whatever. But easy going, really good guy, man, really good.
And so I really couldn't find much out there of y'all in '89, and I think you said you kind of dialed it back. Did y'all go to Dallas to work the USWA Dallas?
No. Okay. No. By '89, I had kind of fizzled completely out.
Gotcha.
Very, very little if I was doing anything.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So she said you kind of dialed it back some. Okay. So Alan Martin, Kevin Dillinger started working with Mike as RPM. What was the deal with it? Did Mike ask you if it was okay for, Alan Martin, Kevin Dillinger, whatever he wants to use, was okay for him to replace you?
No, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of split up, and I went my way and he went his, and Mike wanted to continue to wrestle. So, it was a good gimmick. So he just found another guy and, plugged him in.
Yeah.
But, no issues with me about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it no more. So it shouldn't matter to me. Put it that way.
Yeah. Because I was, first time I saw it was like there was a group out of Louisiana, 5-Star Wrestling, that try to open up Watts' territory back up around 90 and 91. And I saw it and I was like, and I knew who Alan Martin was from Continental, and I was like, I never knew he was an RPM.
Yeah, like I say, Mike, he wanted to continue to go on in the business, and there was a point for me where I said, I'm kind of over it at this point, and I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
So I know in the early 90s that you worked. Did some independent work because actually the guy who trained me, Chris Champion, he told me the story. He worked you in, was it Hernando, Mississippi or somewhere?
Yeah.
Around 91, and Elvis and his snake Elvis took a crap in the ring, and you were
sure
like,
the hell did.
Chris said you kept saying, I ain't getting in the ring.
Sure enough, he sure did. He had that thing around his neck, man, swing him around, and he shit everywhere. I am telling you, that was funny.
Oh, man, I bet that was rank, too.
Oh, good. Again, you want to get out of the ring and not get back in.
I wonder if that's why Andre was always scared of Jake's snake so much, because
there ain't a bit of telling, man.
Well, like it says, it did seem like you just vanished. What happened? Did you decide to you didn't want to deal with the business anymore? I don't want to pry if it's not something you want to talk about, but was it something you just were done with the overall scene, or what was it?
It was kind of like that. And like I say, all the promotions were getting eat up.
Yeah.
So it was kind of one of those points where who are you going to go to work for?
Right.
And if you do go to work for them, are you going to make any money?
Right.
And it just kind of one of those things where I said, nah, I got to do something else. I got to find something else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got out of it and said, okay, I'm going to do this. And again, I worked a few independent shows, but that wasn't for me either.
Yeah.
Again, money, if you're working another job, if you get hurt, that kind of thing, it just wasn't for me. And once kind of you get out of the business, you kind of lose touch with everybody around it, and back then, you didn't have all the cell phones and all that kind of stuff as far as trying to keep up with people, but you lose people's numbers. And again, if you're not in the business, people kind of forget about you. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No longer viable. They don't think about you. Yep.
They don't think about you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things. But, I was okay with it. I was okay. Got married. Been married now for going on 37 years. So I've been very happy with my decision.
Yeah, you won. I mean, we've talked about this before. So many guys, like Quinton says this often, and I'll steal his quote. Since Quinton's here, I'll steal his quote. That basically they stay in wrestling and they get bitter. And,
yes.
You didn't have that. You kind of won. You got to run the roads and do the job, but then you got out and you lived life and won. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did. And you're right, because people try to hang on too long, and I went out when everything was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't one of those things where I was too old, I was crippled, I couldn't do nothing else, but I had a fantastic time, again, running the roads, and got to go do the places and meet the people that I got to meet. It was good. It was good.
And we don't think about this at the time, especially because we were young fans, but really when Smoky Mountain closed down and all those guys, those territory guys, Tracy, I know they'd spent time in WCW and stuff, but Tracy Smothers, Dirty White Boy, the Goon, who am I thinking of? The Goon? I can't remember his name. Texas.
That was Irwin. Bill Irwin.
Wild Bill Irwin was the Goon. Basically, all these territory guys, they took them to WWE to become mid-card enhancement guys. You know what I mean? And so really, it was easy for a lot of the other territory guys to say, okay, this is what they do to some of the best guys in the territories. And what are they going to do to us?
That's exactly it, and Bill Irwin, one of the best workers that I ever around. He was down when we went down to do the thing when Dusty sent us down with Ole down there. Bill was down there working for them then. But, great guy, man. Great worker. Always treated me good. Put it that way.
Yeah. And you take, and sorry to just keep running my mouth here, Tommy, but Tony Anthony, Dirty White Boy. We grew up watching him. He is one of my favorite wrestlers. He's also basically my favorite heel of all time. And they made him a plumber. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yes.
They took the best stomping heel and made him a plumber. So what would they do to RPMs? You know what I mean? So
we would have been job guys at best.
Yeah, man.
We come along in that era of things with the WWF and all that, where if you wasn't 6'4" and 270 pounds, you wasn't gonna get nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's different. You know what I'm saying? You got 160 pound guys up there flying around and doing all kinds of stuff. But back then, if you wasn't that big guy that, could compete, they wasn't going to do much with you.
Right. Yeah.
I got a question. It's backtracking a little bit. I got a question. When y'all were in Nashville working for Jarrett, did y'all live at Days Inn or did y'all live at the Congress Inn?
All right. The first time we were there, we lived in the Days Inn.
Okay.
Over off of I can't remember where it was there. Murfreesboro, maybe off Murfreesboro Road or something like that. Yeah. It was a Days Inn, and then the second and third runs we moved into apartments and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the first run we stayed there, whatever, because Mike never brought his family up there. because I don't remember even how long we was there before we, got that wild hiring our ass to go to Dallas, and that was a disaster. But, just it's just one of them. Everything was a gamble, right?
Right.
And you think, right, I'm bringing you out here, and y'all are going to be the greatest. And then you get there, and the guy's not there no more. So then you got to try to convince somebody else how good you are, right?
Yeah.
You're already behind there. Yeah.
You're already behind, man. You're already behind. But, again, it was an experience. We were, and I don't want to bring up nothing negative or anything like that.
Right.
But we were out there when this stuff started happening to those Von Erich guys.
Okay.
When all of that was going on, we were there. And it was, it was somber to say the least.
Yeah, was y'all there when Mike passed?
Huh?
Was you there when Mike passed?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We were out there with him when Kerry had the motorcycle wreck. We were out there when some of that stuff was going on.
Wow.
Did it feel like they were cursed or something? I mean, did it feel like to you all?
I don't know what it was, because people out there just loved them, man.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, just loved them like you would not believe. Yeah. And, sometimes, and it could happen with anybody or anything. Sometimes you get given and given and given, and the wrestling business is kind of like the rock and roll business, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're on top and there's plenty of people around, there's plenty of excess of everything that you want.
Yeah.
So, those guys were like rock stars out there, man.
Well,
just imagine,
and again,
gosh,
whatever you wanted, there was people that was wanting to hang around and be with you that would do or get you anything that you wanted or needed.
Just your imagination.
So, yes, that's exactly right. Exactly right. But, again, we were out there. I think I might have met Fritz once or twice. But, it was a good experience going out there. I found out I didn't care for Texas, and I ain't never been back. You know what I mean?
I get it.
There was kind of one of them things.
To Dallas.
There was no way I was going back, man. I got out, and I'm not going back.
Oh, man. So we've got one final question, brother. Thank you so much. This has flown by, and we always throw it to the Plastic Sheik for that one, too. Go ahead, Sheik.
Okay.
All right, Tommy. So great career you had, and, wrestled so many great people. But if you had to look back on your career and say, that was my favorite match I was ever a part of, what would that be?
I think that would be with Johnny, Davey, and Tommy Rich. We was at the Knoxville Coliseum, Dundee, Mike, and me, and we was in a cage match.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It was super, And again, you're talking about guys that could get out there and do their thing, man. It was really good.
I know Tommy is hilarious.
That's probably a standout. Yeah. Tommy was a good guy, man.
Did he ever crack you up in the ring at all?
Oh yeah, saying all kinds of weird, stupid shit all the time, man. But that was just him, you know what I mean? Yeah. And again, you think about it, when he's a heel, when he's a babyface, whatever. According to who he's working with, it's one of those things where that makes people relax a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because of if you're younger or you're greener, you get in there and you get excited and you get tense.
Yeah.
So those things, they're not only for the fun stuff with an older guy that you're working with, but you help relax younger guys that you're getting out there and doing things with too.
Yeah. Yeah. Tommy, this is kind of weird to bring up because it was about 3 years ago now. I was a co-host on another podcast, and we had David Haskins, a.k.a. Davey Rich, you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a couple days later, he posts on Facebook, I believe it was October of 2023. This is a very sad day. I have been blessed with great friendships and my whole life, and Tommy Lane of the Rock and Roll RPMs has passed away. Now, obviously, we're talking to you gladly.
Right.
You know, Bobby Eaton had all kinds of things like that happen when he would get sick. I'm glad you're here, but was that just a misunderstanding, obviously?
It had to be because he texts my number and stuff, because me and him talk probably every other month and stuff, because he travels, he comes through Lakeland and all that. So it was on Wikipedia too. So I don't know where exactly that it came from, but you know, obviously it wasn't there or didn't happen or whatever the case, but I think he thought that until he actually got a hold of me.
Man, yeah, it scared all of us.
Me too.
I bet.
You're like, is there something I need to know?
Exactly.
I mean, I can't imagine. I've never been famous enough to ever, people just wanted to wish me dead, you know, not anything else. But so what does that feel like, man? Is that surreal? I mean, thankfully, probably, you know.
It was crazy because, like I say, it was on the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And my wife seen it, and she was like, somebody's got to get this shit off of here. So she didn't have no account. So a girlfriend of hers in Memphis, she had her go on there and change that shit.
Man.
It was funny. It was funny. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, holy smokes. They don't know who I am, do they?
I mean, it's... Oh, you gotta love Davey though, right? Come on.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, he is a solid guy.
Yeah.
And like I say, me and him, off of LinkedIn, actually, we hooked back up together or whatever. And, like I say, he comes through Lakeland and all that. He travels in Florida some. Yeah. And, whenever he's around, me and him get together and, you know what I'm saying? Just talk about the good old times and all that, because like I say, working with him and Johnny, it was a pure pleasure.
Y'all were made for each other. You all were like the Rock and Rolls and the Midnights, if you think about it. Like that was right, guys. I think, in my opinion,
it really was. Now you say that, but you're right. It was kind of a match made there in heaven with each other. You know what I mean?
Perfectly made for each other. Y'all were awesome.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so good. Well, one more time, thank you so much for doing this with us, Tommy. And you're going to be Captain's Corner GrappleCon 4 Back to Lutz Gimmick Mania at April 11th, Residence Inn, Tampa Suncoast Parkway, 2101 North Point Parkway, Lutz, Florida. Man, it's going to have Dutch, the King. It's going to have the Mountie. I mean, it's a ton of people. Nikita Koloff. We just talked to Chick Donovan's going to be there. Lord Humongous, our buddy Jeff. So many people, man. I know you're excited about it. So get out there. I hope you make a ton of money at Lutz, Tommy. I really do. And I hope you sign to your hand hurts, brother.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. And there's some of those names that you called on there. Again, when we were in the Carolinas, Nikita was doing the thing over there. Yeah. Dutch was in Memphis and stuff. Obviously, I worked for Lawler. Chick Donovan was in the Georgia Championship thing. So, you know, it'll be good getting to see some of them guys. And I hope we have a big turnout in Lutz. It'll be one of the first times that I have did one of these things in 37 years. I've never done one.
Wow. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Do not miss your opportunity to meet the one and only Tommy Lane, our guest today. Thank you so much, sir. This has been incredible. Seriously, you have checked a huge box for us, brother. Thank you.
Guys, I greatly appreciate it very much.
You, sir.
Anytime. All right.
Thank you, Tommy.
Talk to you later.
All right, that was the one and only Tommy Lane of the Rock and Roll RPMs. We'll be right back to wrap things up on Gimme Back My Pro Wrestling after these messages.
CHW is continuing the legacy of historic professional wrestling in Tennessee with monthly events at the Armory in Ashland City. CHW owner Mike Green has made it his mission to present the best pro wrestling shows in the Nashville area, and he has been delivering the goods. CHW Wrestling combines all the elements that Tennessee wrestling fans have come to expect. Action, suspense, athleticism, reality, stories, surprises, and excitement, all delivered by the finest professional wrestlers this state has to offer. Follow CHW Pro Wrestling on Facebook for the latest news, announcements, and show dates. And subscribe to Championship Productions on YouTube to see past events like the Ashland City Rumble and the Valentine's Massacre. Fun for the whole family with delicious and affordable concessions on site. Witness the action and excitement of CHW in Ashland City at the Armory. Family Wars, Love and Hate, Championship Gold. A CHW event is everything you're looking for in a night of live entertainment.
Hi, this is Mike Needham, host of the Reckless Abandon Podcast with Mike Needham. We invite you to jump on your favorite podcast platform and search for the Reckless Abandon Podcast and give us a listen. I'm sometimes joined by a part-time podcaster, part-time co-host, and full-time wife, Tiffany Nicole. We talk wrestling, we talk pop culture, we talk local events, local happenings in West Tennessee, and a ton of other stuff. But be sure to check out the Reckless Abandon Podcast. Find us on Facebook. Also, look up the Microgroup Podcasting family on Facebook and see some of our other podcasts we have out there. Until next time, make good choices and always remember, no dollar, no dice.
Relive the glory days of Memphis wrestling with the Retro Wrestling Review USWA podcast. Each week, we go back in time to review USWA Championship Wrestling from the 1990s, episode by episode. Join us for watch-alongs, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive interviews with people who were there and lived it. Whether you grew up watching it or you're discovering it for the first time, this podcast is your ringside seat to Memphis wrestling history. It's all a part of the WrestleCopia Podcast Network. Listen now at USWApodcast.com.
All right, we are back with more of the Gimme Back My Pro Wrestling podcast. And guys, that was awesome. The one and only rock and roll RPM Tommy Lane. Got to hear a great story starting out with Archie Goldie, the Mongolian Stomper, to his work with, of course, his longtime tag team partner, Mike Davis and the RPMs, to tag him with Marty Jannetty in Kansas City. I mean, just incredible stuff. I hope y'all enjoyed that one as much as we did, because honestly, that was a lot of fun. Thanks again, Tommy. And once again, thank you, Nick. Of course, as we said earlier, Tommy is going to be at GrappleCon 4, back to Lutz, April 11th, Residence Inn, Tampa Suncoast Parkway. And that's at 2101 North Point Parkway, Lutz, Florida. Man, Nick does great things, and I expect no less with GrappleCon 4. So y'all check that out when the time comes. Be there, be square. Tell him Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling sent you. One more thing to bring up, guys, as we're closing out here. Keep our buddy Ben Jordan in your continued prayers. He is fighting the good fight. We believe in him, and we have faith that everything's going to be okay. Just keep him in your prayers. Ben's a good buddy. Thank you all for that. Next episode, guys, we can't spoil it here, but you can find out all the news that is the news on @GMBMPW. And that's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. Guys, thank you all for liking, sharing, supporting, following, all that. But most importantly, we really appreciate you all for listening. All right, y'all, that's all I got for this one. So for the legendary Tommy Lane of the Rock and Roll RPMs, the Plastic Sheik Jared Street, the Territory Wrestling Guru Quinton Quarisma, and myself, this has been Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. We'll see y'all next time.
Don't forget.
On the current AWA Southern Tag Champions, we're talking about the Rock and Roll RPM.
There's one thing I want to get cleared up right now, Lance, for you and for everybody else. The hoopla and the celebration is for the wrong team.
Oh, really?
Because it should be us. We should have got the title shot. We should be wearing the World Tag Team Championship right now. Okay, we got that out of the way. Eddie Marlin, you just come out here and you show a video on two Mickey Mouses who call themselves the Midnight Rockers. Well, let me tell you something, boys. Come right on in town because Rock and Roll RPMs will give you a one-way ticket out with your bags and your tail tucked between your legs.
Well, that's exactly right, Tommy. You know, but the main thing on our minds right now are two little goofs named Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis. You know, Jarrett, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You are a push. Travis, you're nothing but Jarrett's stooge. And it's not going to be long, boys, before we get you down. We're going to stuff your suitcase ourselves, and we're going to send you packing. And that's it. That's cut and dry. You think we left you in a puddle of blood before? Well, I'm going to tell you what. You better get used to it, because we're going to leave you in a puddle of blood each and every time that we get in the ring with you. We hate your guts, and we're going to finish you once and for all. Don't stick your nose in my business. Don't stick your nose in Tommy's business. Because, Daddy, we're all business. We make money, and that's what we're here for. You're a stepping stone to the two midgets, Lawler and Dundee, and Jack and Travis. You will be done, and it's going to be short coming, boys.
Well, this coming week, hey, you remember the belts are on the line this week.
You take a look at where the belts are. That's where they're going to stay.
Okay, let's go to the ring, Dave. We got action.
With a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment in my life.
We'll see you next week. And until then, so long for now.
This has been a James Rock Street production.